Tennessee Valley this morning at 6:45 and 70 degrees on this Friday morning. Hope you're having a great weekend and it gets even better. We're back with some very special guests who haven't been on the show before, but we're glad to have Bob and Amanda Pritchard here. And they're local folks who have become entrepreneurs and have decided to open a business that I think, especially after April 27th, most everyone would be interested in. It's good to have you on the show, Bob.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Your business is called Integrity Storm Shelters.
Yes, sir.
And it seems like a timely business to have, especially after April 27th. Tell us about your business.
Well, we work with Granger Plastics. They're out of Ohio, and we started looking for a storm shelter about 2 years ago, and to satisfy a need for our own family.
I see.
Every time a tornado came, we would trek across town to my in-laws' house.
Yeah.
Who have a basement. We don't have a basement in our house, and so we decided that we needed to find a storm shelter, and so we started researching storm shelters, and we found that this storm shelter is the best one on the market. And so we also realized that there's no one in this area who sells this type of storm shelter. And so as we researched further, we decided that if we have a need to purchase a storm shelter to provide safety for our family, then you know, we figure that there's more people in the community who would have the same need, and we just decided to start the storm shelter and business, and we started, you know, doing all the paperwork and getting approvals and all that, and actually started the business in February of this year.
Oh, so it was timely before the storms hit. So this is something you do together with your husband, Amanda?
Yes, I am a stay-at-home mom, was an educator.
Oh.
So just a good opportunity to you know, be able to continue to stay at home with my children.
Oh, that's great. So. And you mentioned plastic, so these are fabricated out of some kind of heavy-duty plastic. Talk about the product itself.
They are made of polyethylene, which is a form of plastic.
Yeah.
They are rotationally molded, so there is no seams, no creases, which also prevents it from the problems that most storm shelters have of deteriation and mold and mildew and rodents.
Rodent snakes. You never want to
you don't want to be in a storm shelter with a rodent.
No, that's a lot of the problems with the older storm shelters. You know, that people installed 20, 30 years ago. Now they have, you know, snakes and rats, and these are resistant to that. So there's no way that a rodent can chew through the walls of this.
How thick are they?
They are ½ inch thick, and they're double walled. So you have an outside wall and then the inside wall of the shelter itself.
And are they in one piece, or are they put in, you know, more than one piece, or how does it go in the ground? I assume it goes in the ground.
It does, yes. It's and that's actually one of the benefits of our product. They are one piece, and the only thing sticking up is the actual door, the lid that sticks up out of the ground. That's the only thing that actually sticks up. And the ease of installation, there's no concrete needed to anchor the system to the ground or anything like that. Just dig a hole and put it in the ground, cover it up.
Yeah. What about ventilation?
That's a good question. A lot of people almost everybody we talk to, you know, about the storm shelters, that's one of the first questions is there enough ventilation, or are we going to get trapped or whatever? With these storm shelters, they do have a ventilation system. The first thing that a person should do that we tell our customers is contact the fire department, because they are first responders, and let them know that you have a storm shelter. Okay. So, you know, a lot of people are worried about ventilation. They're worried about, you know, even getting trapped in the storm shelter. Should something fall on, you know, debris or something fall on the storm shelter.
A tree fall on the door.
A tree, or, you know, part of your house. And so if the fire department knows that the storm shelter is there, it's a good idea also to tell your friends and family that you have purchased one, that you know, that's the first place that they're going to look. There is also, if you're worried about something like that, there is also a way to bypass that worry. You can put a bottle jack inside the storm shelter, and it doesn't take up much space. And then if if a tree or something does fall on the door, the way it's designed, you can actually put the bottle jack on the door, jack it up, and get out.
Like a hydraulic jack.
Right.
Yeah, I have one of those at my house.
Yeah.
So you researched this for your own needs, discovered, yeah, this is what we want. So when did you install yours?
Well, just recently. We actually, this year.
Did you have it in time for the April 27th storms?
No, we did not.
Oh, got it after that.
We spent the night at my wife's parents' house.
Yeah, but you have it in the ground now.
Yeah.
So where do you normally put a product like this? In the backyard, side yard, or just wherever?
It can be, yes, it would be in the yard, in ground. In a pre-construction, it can go inside your house.
Oh, really?
So you could put it in the closet or even in a basement if you can dig the hole and then pour. And
so it would become like a safe room inside the house itself?
Yes.
Wow, that's a neat idea.
We can even install it in a garage.
Really?
An existing garage.
An existing garage? Wow. And then is it anchored to the floor, the walls, or?
Well, you actually just, take a concrete saw and cut out a square, and then you can dig through the hole that you've cut out with the square there.
I see.
Through the concrete.
And it lays flat against the garage floor and against the ground.
Yeah.
And the door is durable enough that you could even, if it's in your garage and you drive across it, you can, it's not going to hurt the door. It's not going to hurt the system.
What about, a lot of people are afraid of the dark, and you go into something that's enclosed like that, and you close the door. It's dark, folks.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, underground is dark.
Are there lights in there? Is there battery backup? Talk about how the thing is constructed.
Okay.
There is an LED light. It comes with every storm shelter, and that's about all the maintenance you need to do, other than open the door every once in a while and change the battery on the light. There's an option for a solar-powered fan.
Oh.
If you want that. There is also an option to have a battery-powered generator that you just keep in your storm shelter.
And the LED light itself doesn't draw much power,
right?
No.
Because of the nature of the LED. So it sounds like they've thought of everything for the short-term person who's wanting to escape danger. So you've got the ventilation system, get a solar-powered fan, got a light. What about supplies like food and water? Is there storage facilities in there for that?
Some people do store the food and water in there, and you're more than welcome to do that.
There's not a built-in facility per se, but there is room. You could put it in the floor or put it on one of the benches.
Yeah.
And store water or food or something in there if you wanted to.
Because it's intended for short-term escape. Now, do they have different sizes? Like someone has two in their family, but somebody has 10 kids.
That's a good question. It's actually designed for a typical average size family. So the storm shelter will hold up to 6 full-grown men comfortably.
I see.
And there is a company, a business in Ohio that we were reading about, and he actually has a storm shelter from Granger Plastics, and they have 12 employees. And so in the event of a tornado warning or something, he actually squeezes all 12 of his employees, and they're full-grown people. So, I guess you could put more in there, but how comfortable do you want to be?
Yeah.
So, but average, usually 2 adults and 3-4 children could easily fit in there very comfortably.
Yeah. Well, how big are they actually physically in size? Like an 8x10 or 4x6?
Yes, when they're 8x10.
8x10. Well, that's a good size room.
63 inches deep. So.
63 inches deep.
Right. So when you actually dig the hole, that's what you're digging, is an 8x10 hole, 63 inches deep.
Okay. And see, 63 inches, that's a little over 5 feet.
Right.
So you have to kind of duck when you get in, but you're not going to be wanting to stand up anyway if a storm passing over.
You actually could stand up.
Yeah, you can stand up where the door is.
I see.
So
from the floor to the door. So.
Well, it sounds like a great product.
Well,
and
thank you.
They've been around for, how long has this company been in business?
They have done rotationally molding for several years, but the storm shelter business since the 80s.
Since the 80s, so they've got some experience under their belt.
They're very well researched.
Wow. And the name of the shelter again?
Granger Plastics.
Granger Plastics.
And our company is Integrity
Storm Shelters.
Right.
Do you have a website yet?
We do. You can contact us through our business phone, 650-1400. Easy to remember, 650-1400.
Right.
Our website is actually integrityshelters.com.
Okay.
And we take the storm out because we're taking the storm out of your worries.
Well, I see. Now,
that's an easy way to remember.
Good marketing tool.
There you go.
I think Kim Gunter over there would approve of that. She's
right.
in marketing.
Is that right?
She liked that.
All right.
Okay, IntegrityShelters.com.
And you can go on there and type in your information, and we'll contact you as soon as possible.
Now, do you handle the entire installation, or will you just sell like to a do-it-yourselfer who has a backhoe?
Well, that's a good question. One of the good qualities about this product is the ease of installation. So, you know, if you have a backhoe or you have a friend who has, around here everybody has a friend that has a backhoe.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bobcat or something like that. You can actually, you know, dig the hole and install it yourself.
Yeah.
And
there's no wiring to run, no plumbing to run, just put a battery in it.
No concrete, no anchoring.
Backfill it, you're done.
Backfill it. Lifetime warranty on the product.
Really?
Lifetime warranty. And most other shelters have a 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
And ours are lifetime. They're guaranteed to last 200+ years. I don't know who's going to stick around and measure that. But
no, we won't need it then.
It could also be dug up and moved.
And moved if you wanted to.
And you still have the company warranty.
Still have the company warranty.
Really? So if you sold the house and you wanted to take your shelter with you,
That's
you could.
And they're virtually indestructible. I mean, they've dropped them from, you know, pretty 20, 30 feet in the air. I mean, we have videos of all the things that they've tried to do to destroy these things, and they're
fantastic.
So they're on our website. You could check those out.
So if you wanted, if someone wanted you to help with the installation, you have the ability to do that. Or if they want to do it themselves, you'll sell the shelter to them.
And save them a little bit of money.
That is great.
It is a FEMA-approved shelter.
Oh, that's important.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
It's undergone testing for an F5 tornado, winds exceeding 300 miles an hour. So.
Wow. We had an F5. I think one of them was an F5 here in Bradley County, and I know they had a total of 5 across the state of Tennessee, all total on April 27th. So. That's good to know. It's something that I'm sure that many of our viewers will be interested in. And if you are, just contact Bob or Amanda at IntegrityShelters.com. IntegrityShelters.com. And what's that phone number again, Bob?
650-1400.
All right. Well, check them out, and they can give you all of the material, and I'm sure there's probably pictures of them on your website, and they have brochures and things that they can share with you as well and give you all the details on pricing, etc. Bob and Amanda Pritchard with Integrity Storm Shelters. Thanks for coming in and sharing us your new idea. That's great.
Appreciate it.
And I'm sure that's something that this area can use.
Thanks for having us on the show.
You're welcome. We'll be back in just a moment at 6:58. Headline news coming up, and some more guests. Don't go away.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Pastor Greg Casto of the United Christian Church here at 2200 Peerless Road, Cleveland, Tennessee. I want you to make plans right now to be here at our Holy Ghost Camp Meeting 2011 with signs, wonders, and miracles. Why don't you go to our website right now and get all the information, or call the number on the screen, because you're not going to want to miss these day service, evening service, great speakers, choirs, singers, such great talent. You're going to want to be here in Cleveland, Tennessee.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
Welcome back to the Tennessee Valley this morning. It's 7:01 and 70 degrees on this Friday, and I don't even know what the date is. I think it's July the 8th. That's not important. We just know it's Friday. That's all we care about. Let's check out your headline news. The removal of debris from the April 27th tornadoes nears completion. The cleanup began almost 2 months ago on May 13th and will be finished by July 15th. More than 128 cubic yards of debris and brush have been removed from the storm-affected areas so far. The second pass began on June 20th. Now, storm survivors can call the EMA office at this number, 728-7289, to verify if your street has been cleared. If it hasn't, call that number. It's a big area, a lot of trash to be moved, and sometimes they may make a mistake and not get down your street, even though they try real hard. So call that number, 728-7289. The Long-Term Recovery Organization held a closed session yesterday to discuss the choice for the job of director for the recovery effort. The position will be key in recovering from the multiple tornadoes that struck Bradley County on April 27th. Board member Matt Ryerson said the reviews are complete and an offer is expected to be extended to the person that the LTRO has agreed upon. 51 resumes were received for that job. Rumors have circulated that Bradley County employees have been forced to take a pay cut. Not true, according to County Finance Director Lynn Burns. Burns explained that there are 27 pay periods in this calendar year as opposed to 26 in last year's calendar year. Burns says county employees are salaried and the annual salary will simply be divided by 27 instead of 26. It's still the same amount of money at the end of the year, she said. Cleveland Mayor Tom Rowland and Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis are being called upon to use their experience and expertise across the state. Mayor Rowland has been reelected as vice chair of the Tennessee Advisory Commission on Intergovernmental Relations. Mayor Gary Davis is completing his first term as chairman of the Southeast Tennessee Development District. That's a 10-county region based in Southeast Tennessee, the headquarters in Chattanooga. A dispute between Cleveland and Bradley County over the more than $845,000 in sales tax revenue may be settled. Lawyers are studying a Chancery Court ruling in which the Chancellor, Jerry Bryant, ruled that the city need not share with the county the revenue generated by a city sales tax increase between July 1 of 09 and June 30th of 10. That money, she said, is outside of a sales tax sharing agreement that was signed way back in 1967. That's your headline news at this hour. Let's check out your weather forecast. Not too bad today. Chance of rain. Actually, they're going to have some thunderstorms later today, they said, but the temperature's not too bad, as we can see. 86 degrees for a high. And tomorrow, mostly sunny. Good day to put the boat in the water tomorrow or go on a picnic on a Saturday. A high of about 88. Sunday, another chance of rain, but overall, pretty good weekend shaping up. Right now, it's a muggy 70 degrees on this Friday morning, and you're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning, and we're back and we have some very special guests. Kim Gunter is here with the Bowater Employee Credit Union. I think it's the first time you've been on, is that right?
No.
You may have been on another time, maybe I just lost my memory, or maybe she was on when somebody else was co-hosting, I don't know. But it's good to see you. Kim's a good friend, and we actually sat together at the Main Street Luncheon last 2 weeks ago Monday, I think, and heard the folks from Vocker talk about what's going on at Vocker. And with you is another very special guest, Gail Wilcoxon from People Helping People. Yes. And we're here to talk about kind of a collaboration, or actually an award that Bowater Employee Credit Union has awarded to, we call it PHP, is that right?
That's right. It gets long after you say it over.
Well, Kim, tell us about Bowater Employee Credit Union and this, I believe it's called Pay It Forward.
That's right.
Talk about that.
Well, it's a program we started in 2010 to recognize that we're serving everyone who lives and works in our 5-county area, not just the employees of certain companies. What we've done is, since we're owned by our members, we've asked our members what charities in the area they think deserve $1,000. And we give away 4 prizes throughout the year.
Really?
And that's actually, when I said I'd been on here before, we were on here with another winner a little while ago.
Okay.
But this time, our second winner is People Helping People. A member named Alice Faye Smith wrote in about what they do.
Yeah. And what do you do?
We have a clothing bank and a crisis center. Our clothing bank, we let anybody come. You get 1 bag, 1 thing you can carry once a month for free.
Really? And you're based where?
In Benton.
Benton, Tennessee. And how is the economy up there? Are you finding that your service is greatly needed in this tough economic time?
Yeah. Polk County just really don't have a lot. We do have a crisis center above the mountains, but really not in our area. We don't have anything like this.
So it's called People Helping People, and you have a fixed location, a storefront?
Yes, yes, we do.
Okay.
It's beside Burgess's Feed and Farm on 411 in the old Benton Flea Market building.
I know where it is, yes.
Well, that's us.
And People Helping People, and that's exactly what you do. You live up to your name. You help people.
People. It don't matter what county, where you're from. Just if you need
No
the help,
questions
you just come
asked.
by. No questions asked.
Somebody walks in and says, I need a new pair of shoes, or an old pair of shoes, or I need a pair of jeans.
You just go back there, you get your bag, you get to pick out what you need. We take your name, address, telephone number, the county you live in.
And that's all you do? That's,
Yep.
They just walk in and walk out with clothes, and it's free?
Right.
Wow. Can't beat the price.
Can't beat the price.
I was just there visiting, you know, for the award. Was that earlier this week?
Yes.
Yeah, earlier this week, and it's huge. They have a huge selection for anyone, you know, kid all the way through, you know, super grown up, I guess. And yeah, all sizes, and they have a whole room full of household goods. Because in addition to 1 bag of clothes, they also get 1 household item, right, that they can carry out.
Yeah, give me an example of a household item that they might carry.
We have couches, we have beds, we have shoes, books, movies, anything that's bigger. We don't care what you put in your bag. You can put coffee cups in it if you want to, and then carry out a coat. Or you can fill your bag with clothes and then carry out a couch. But if it's the larger items, such as couches or table and kitchen chairs, then you only get the 1 large item per family. You still get your bag of clothes or bag, but you just get the 1 large item. That's just sort of our limit. You know, we just tried to make it fair for everybody.
Yeah. Now, the stock that you have in your store, where does that come from?
It's donations.
Donations from?
We run strictly donations and sponsors.
Really? Was this your inspiration to do this, Gail?
Yes, my daughter, when she came out of high school, she got encephalitis, and encephalitis swells your brain. And so we went from like 3 jobs down to 1 overnight. And she was so sick. We had a little store, but we really didn't have any clothes. We just done balloons and funeral flowers, some crafts. And when she got sick, I just had to, since I wasn't working, I just had to lay her on a kindergarten mat and let her sleep. And that's where I come up with it. We just got the baby clothes to make ends meet, and then because I bought my stuff instead of consigned, because she was sick, I was afraid I might have to close any day. And so I just started with benefit yard sales. When that got to be too much, we was putting it in the bins, and then we're like, we're giving it away anyway. Why don't we try to give it to people here? Because we're sending it off to give it away.
So you took a tragic event and turned it into something to help other people.
Right.
What a great thing. That's fantastic. How long have you been doing this?
We've been in this building, it'll be 2 years in January, 1.5 years.
Wow.
We started on the 2nd Tuesday of the month in September, and then we started doing it every month in January. We just seen the first month, we just seen that it was going to be, we thought a big thing, but it did take off way bigger than we expected, way faster.
So you serve not only Polk County, but any county within our viewing area who, if they need clothes, if they have a way to get there, they can walk out with a bag of clothes. Wow. Now, the product that you get, the stock that you get, do you sort through it and you separate the good from the bad? And because we all know that sometimes you don't get the best.
That's right. Yeah, we try to keep it the best. You know, we try to keep good clothes, you know, to make it at least usable. You know, and so.
What's the things? What are the things that people have the greatest need for?
men's clothes and nicer clothes. A lot of times we deal with a lot of people getting better jobs, not necessarily that they don't have a job, period. But if they're getting a better job, they need nicer clothes.
Nicer clothes. I see.
It's kids' school clothes. We get a lot of the ones that's their kids are fixing to go back to school and they need clothes and can't afford it. You know, the gas went up so much that just here about 2 months ago when we really went up that month. And,
I'm sure.
You know, when they can't afford to get what they need, and that's what we want it to be. If you're short on money and you just need your kid a pair of shoes and you can get them there and go back and get what you need to be paid, then that works for us.
Yeah, wow. It sounds like a great program, but I'm interested, Kim, in how you came across people helping people, and when I'm sure you went up and investigated, checked them out and everything. What were your impressions?
I was just amazed. It's such a brilliant idea. You know, they were purely off donations and it's free, and they don't ask any questions. It's just for anyone in need. Yeah, I'm not a judge. You know, we get tons of entries for the Pay It Forward program, and when I go back and tally the results, I saw that People Helping People won, and actually Alice Faye did a wonderful entry. You know, a lot of them are just a letter, but she had supplied us with a wonderfully written letter, and the recent newsletter from People Helping People, and news articles that had been in the Cleveland Daily Banner a little while ago. So it was just a great entry. And one thing I thought was particularly fun is People Helping People is actually a credit union slogan from like back in the 20s, because yeah, that's how credit unions started. We're just people helping people with their finances. So I know that's not why they won. They won because of what they do, but I thought that was funny.
That is interesting. And of course, Bowater Employee Credit Union isn't just for Bowater employees.
That's right.
Talk about that.
Yeah, back in late 2009, we opened up so that we are available to serve anyone who lives, works, goes to school, or worships in the counties of Bradley, Polk, McMinn, Meigs, and Monroe County.
5-county area.
That's exactly right. And that's one of the stipulations for winning the Pay It Forward prize, is you have to be helping people in our 5-county area, which People Helping People obviously does.
Now, a lot of people may not be familiar with credit union, but you guys have some great benefits for the people who want to use your services. Talk about that.
Well, we offer the exact same services as a bank. The only difference is credit unions, including BECU, are not-for-profit. So everything we just do to serve our members, which is what we call our customers. So yeah, we offer savings, checking, loans, and financial education is a big part of what BECU does.
Yeah. And I've heard a rumor that when it comes to like car loans and things like that, you guys are just hard to beat.
Well, I'm glad you asked, because we recently lowered our auto loan rates by a lot. And actually we have a promotion going on right now that you get $30 in free gas. You mentioned how expensive gas is, so that's one of the reasons we did that. But if anyone who needs an auto loan, if they want to come see us, obviously we just want whatever the best deal is for the member. So most of the time that's us. So we hope people will come and give us a chance. Maybe we can give them some free gas.
Oh yeah, free gas. I like that idea. And the Pay It Forward prize has been in operation now. This is the second one?
This is the second one of 2011. We gave away 4 in 2010, and we're going to give away 4 in 2011. So we're actually going to give away 2 more prizes this year.
Oh.
So if anyone is particularly passionate about a charity that's at work in our area, I really hope that they'll write in about it if they're already a member, and if they're not already a member, I hope they'll join and write in about their charity.
Is there a deadline for the next one?
The next one is going to be entries up through August 31st.
31st, okay. And do they do this on the website or go by the office or?
They can contact us anyway. They can write in 500 words or less. They can write it into my attention, Kim Gunner, or write it into BECU Pays It Forward at our Calhoun address, P.O. Box 359 in Calhoun, Tennessee.
Okay, that's the main office.
That's right.
Okay.
We also have a branch in Cleveland where they could drop it off. That's right.
Right off Stewart Road next to Hobby Lobby.
That's the one.
Yeah, so I've been there. That's great. You guys do a great job, and this is a great indication of how you really help the community and get involved in the community. I see you everywhere. You're just involved in the community doing all kinds of things. And
I see you everywhere. Well, you are everywhere.
I need to slow down. But appreciate all that you do and the credit union does for this community, and appreciate people helping people. Just keep it up. Keep helping people, as I'm sure you will. And we hope that folks will go by, and if you need some services from PHP, go by and they'll help you out. And if you need a good, inexpensive car loan, go by and see the folks where Kim works at Bowater Employee Credit Union. And what is the address right there, by the way, here in Bradley County?
The address of the credit union?
Yeah.
It's 4531 Hardwick Farms Parkway.
Hardwick Farms Parkway. You just go down Stewart, turn left. Go past Hobby Lobby and turn left. Everybody knows where that is. All right. Great. Gail Wilcoxon from People Helping People and Kim Gunter from Bowater, that's a mouthful, Bowater Employee Credit Union. I'm so glad you came in today. I'm glad to hear about what you're doing for the community. Thanks a lot. It is 7:16, and if we're lucky, or maybe unlucky, Robin Ryan will be here coming up next. Don't go away.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Hello, I'm Pastor Greg Casto of the United Christian Church here at 2200 Peerless Road, Cleveland, Tennessee. I want you to make plans right now to be here at our Holy Ghost Camp Meeting 2011 with signs, wonders, and miracles. Why don't you go to our website right now and get all the information or call the number on the screen, because you're not going to want to miss these day service, evening service, great speakers, choirs, singers, such great talent. You're going to want to be here in Cleveland, Tennessee.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
You're professional.
It's 7:18 and we're back, and want to thank our special guests Kim Gunter and Gail Wilcoxon for being here. And we are back with another special guest who comes in every Friday.
Yeah, I'm not so special anymore. You know, I tried to get them to put Kim Gunter in this chair. You saw what Joe did. I was like, Kim Gunter, sit right here, which I have nothing against you, Cheryl, but like, I said, Kim, sit right here. And Joe, the first thing Joe did was like move Cheryl in the chair and mic her up. So Kim Gunter, wherever you may be, halfway across the parking lot by now, you're on my radar. And the next time Ryan doesn't show up.
There she is. She came back in.
She's right here. Never mind. Yeah, you heard me, Kim. Well, here's the deal with Kim. I was telling Joe, is like, Kim is very good on TV.
Yes, she is.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, very good.
But here's the thing about Kim, is that Kim, I noticed, like, gets in the chair and kind of leans across the thing like this. Like it's like
she's really communicating.
It's as if she thinks she is the host.
Oh, well, maybe so.
You know, and she
maybe
was
she
sitting there
we
sort
just
of
don't
doing
know
this thing. And I noticed she was so relaxed and doing that thing that it reminded me of like the waitresses that come and instead of taking your order standing up, they sit at your table.
Sit down.
Do you know the ones like, it's like you're like at the thing.
Like they're your best friend.
And they're like, how are you today? And you're like, I'm good today. And what you want them to say, like the next thing you want them to say is supposed to be, can I take your order? But instead they sit down and they go, oh my gosh, it's been such a hard day. I tried to do some things, but it didn't work out. And then some other person got so upset, but I know you're not that way. And like in your mind, you're like smiling like this, but in your brain, you're like, make me a hamburger. Like that's what I came in here for.
So you're putting Kim in that category.
You know, Kim, I came in here for a hamburger, and instead I'm learning all about your life story.
You get a counseling session.
I'll say there was another thing that you did today, Dan.
What did I do?
I'm obviously exhausted.
Yeah,
you know what you don't know? You know what you don't know, Cheryl? Let me tell you guys about Cheryl. Here's what you don't know, is that my son had surgery yesterday.
Oh,
I was going to ask you about that.
And so he did. And unfortunately, there have been some complications with the anesthetic and the medication. He's 3. So do you know what happens when a 3-year-old gets angry, Dan?
Yeah,
It is a torrent of pain.
I've had 3.
It's like the worst thing that you can even possibly imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have to tell you I was already awake
Yeah.
to come in here this morning, but I will be asleep in probably 30 minutes.
30
I don't know
minutes
how
after.
much longer I have to give. And so Ryan texted me and he was like, oh, my tummy hurts. I can't make it into the show. I was like, really? You're like the waitress again, sitting down at my table like, oh, I don't, my tummy hurts. I'm like, yeah, my tummy hurts too. Give me a sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, just give me this sandwich and I'll be... Why won't they get me a sandwich?
I don't know.
I keep asking.
They didn't even bring donuts.
They want to be your friend.
None of this is about movies.
So,
I know. I thought it was about
So
movies.
anyway, I'm not in my suit. I'm breaking like every rule. I brought the coffee with me.
That's okay.
I have all my notes on my cell phone, which I swore I'd never use again, because whenever I put my notes on my phone, it looks like I'm texting people
And
instead of paying
it looks
attention.
like a new
to you.
iPhone. Is that right?
It is new. Ding. And then I'm wearing a red shirt, which everyone tells me is like, no, don't wear red.
Well,
it adds like 300 pounds on the camera.
It looks fine. So Ryan's sick.
You ready?
You've been up all night.
Yeah.
But you're here. And
I'm here.
We have no idea what the next 10 minutes is going to handle.
We're not going to make it 10 minutes.
We'll make it 10 minutes.
We're not going to make it 10 minutes.
But normally in this segment, Cheryl, we talk about movies.
And we're going to talk about
and
movies.
you notice we've talked
today.
about everything but movies.
Yes, everything
and
but.
that's very common.
We have
as well.
2 movies, and we have 8 minutes. This
Okay.
gives us, Cheryl,
4
4
minutes
minutes
apiece.
per movie. That is an
good at-
eternity
Good at math.
on here. That is an eternity. I was going to say one more thing what was funny, and
You go right
I
ahead.
never try to coach you on what you do.
Okay.
We all know that Dan is a professional. He's been in television for like 60, 70 years, okay? No one has done this longer than Daniel has done it. But during your last segment, somebody was saying, and I was in the back doing the thing I do, you know, before I'm like prepping myself. Like,
critiquing.
I stand in the mirror and I'm like,
Pumping
you
yourself
could
up.
do this, you could do this, you're gonna do this, okay?
Pep talk.
But at some point, one of your guests was saying something, and you leaned across the desk and you said, "So that's all you do?" Like that. Don't do that, because like I was like, why would you say that? Why would you?
Wait a minute.
That's all you
Let's
do?
replay that
So
tape.
that's all you do?
Let's
I was
replay.
like, no,
Rerun
don't
that.
say that.
I don't think I did that.
Yeah, no, we'll find it.
Okay.
They always put these clips on YouTube, so
Well, I was going to say, if I said it, it'll be on
I've
YouTube.
successfully got us down to 7 minutes. That's the
You
goal.
certainly have. Okay.
Are you ready?
I want to know about the new movies coming out this weekend.
Absolutely.
I missed the new movies that came out last weekend. 'cause
There
I
was
gone.
last weekend was Transformers 3.
Okay.
That was the big one.
Is it leading the pack now as far as money?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Which is no surprise. It's no surprise that it's horrible. It's no surprise that the
it is?
American public is going en masse to see it.
But it's a horrible movie, huh?
I keep looking. She's right here. Every single time I turn,
she's interested in what you have to say.
I haven't, let me say something. I have not been to the movies since the movie My Dog Skip came out.
My Dog Skip?
Wait a minute!
Joe, I can't do this.
And the result of that movie was that I got a Jack Russell Terrier, and I have not been to the movie since.
I thought you were going to say you went and saw My Dog Skip, and it was so depressing you swore you'd never go to a movie again.
No, I ended up with a dog. That's why I never
You were
went.
crying. You cried, though, didn't you, during My Dog Skip? That thing will make you weep. That'll make you weep.
Well, she don't want to go to Zookeeper this weekend. Then.
Yeah, don't go to Zookeeper. If you go see the movie that's opening this, well, what happened to your hand?
Oh, I cut it.
Look at that thing.
We
She
talked
ended
about
up in
it
the emergency room.
before you got here.
That was on July 4th.
You missed it.
You're supposed to say, just go get me a sandwich.
I'm hungry. Feed me.
Zookeeper comes out this weekend. Last weekend was Transformers 3. This weekend is Zookeeper.
I want to go see it.
Yeah.
Zookeeper is the new Kevin James movie, and we've been talking on the podcast about Zookeeper now for a couple months, the fact that it's coming out. In fact, Zookeeper created a very new rating on our rating system. We have hate or great, on our podcast, Cheryl.
Yeah.
And if we grade it, that's like if we hate it.
Thumbs
but
down.
now we had to create a new category called I hate it, but Dan is gonna like it. And so Kevin James stars as a guy that works in a zoo. Okay, first of all, this is Kevin. This is like your standard. Hey, I'm a fat guy in a zoo. Okay, so there's a fat guy in a zoo. We've seen this 100 times before. But this guy decides that he's never gonna find the love of his life.
Okay.
If he doesn't leave the zoo and get a more glamorous job.
Okay.
So, the animals of a zoo, they love this zookeeper because he's kindly and he's nice to them and such.
And they talk to him.
Right, they decide that because he's leaving, they're going to have to take matters into their own hands, and they're going to break their code of silence and finally admit to him that they can talk. And then they are going to coach him through love. The animal way. That's what it says. Listen, that's what it says on the thing. I got it. It actually says that. They're going to teach him courtship. That's what it says. They're going to teach him courtship animal style. That's what it says. That's the official. She's,
What is
oh my! But I don't
What
know.
is this rating?
It's a PG movie.
Okay.
It's a PG movie. It is. I mean, so anyway, I don't want to be in trouble for that. That's the official teaser from the film. That's what it says. So they're going to talk to Kevin James, and Kim comes over there like, no, you can't say that. But we do say that, Kim. That's what we do on this segment. This is a segment where we tell it like it is.
We got 3 minutes. What's the next movie?
Well, first, wait. We got to stop for 1 second because we'll get to the other one. Okay. We've got plenty of time. We've got plenty of time, Cheryl. Here's the deal. This is going to have animals that talk.
Right.
It's going to have a fat, funny guy.
Right.
When you put those two things together, nothing good can happen. Absolutely nothing. Like the only thing about this film is that Eddie Murphy doesn't star in it. That's the only thing that this film is missing. Okay, it's like everybody's like, where's Eddie Murphy? Who's Kevin James? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So for those of you who don't know Kevin James, he was Paul Blart Mall Cop, which was like I don't know if you know this, but last year it was one of the highest grossing films of the year.
Oh, okay.
It's awful, but so anyway, Ryan, if he were sitting here, he would give it a hate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look right at that one with the light and say, hate it.
Hate it.
Okay.
Hate it.
We got a minute and a half.
Yes,
What's
we
the next
do.
movie?
Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses.
This is a documentary about Dan and I. Horrible Bosses. Here's the deal. Horrible Bosses I can sum up this way. Horrible Bosses is the new Jason Bateman film.
Right.
So Jason Bateman, Jason Sudeikis, and Charlie Day, who is in the Philadelphia show on FX. I forget what it's called. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Play three schmucks that each have 3 different jobs with 3 horrible bosses. The bosses are played by Kevin Spacey, Jennifer Aniston, and Colin Farrell.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Okay?
And so they don't want to kill their bosses.
This is a rated R film. They want to kill their bosses because their bosses are so horrible. So they hire Jamie Foxx because they think that he's a hitman.
Right.
But in the end, it turns out that Jamie Foxx is not actually a hitman. He is a hitman consultant. So that's like the twist. That's where they, it's a little fake you out, Cheryl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It got you, didn't it? You didn't even see that coming. So, so what happens is they hire Jamie Foxx, and instead he decides he'll walk them through how to kill their bosses, and wackiness ensues. Now, Ryan reviewed this on the podcast last night. I wasn't there. I was with my son. You understand?
Yes, I
Okay. But he texted me. He cared enough that he texted me right here on this cellular device to say he gave it a hate.
He gave it a hate.
He gave it a hate.
We just waved bye-bye.
I am going to give this thing, I'm actually going to give this one what I gave to a couple other films lately, and I know this has brought me under a lot of community scrutiny. I'm giving this this is really, really funny and a film a lot of people aren't going to admit they're going to go see.
We got to go.
You know what I'm saying?
We're
I thought we have 1 minute.
He just said, wait, bye-bye.
Joe!
The only redeeming value to that movie.
Why can't we fix this clock?
Jennifer Aniston's in the movie. That's the only redeeming
My whole
value.
world revolves around this little clock.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
We're
anyway,
out of time.
I'm giving it you probably don't want to go see it if you're a good person, but it's going to be funny. Yeah. Ryan gave it a hate.
Yeah, okay. We're out of time. Thanks for being with us today.
Cheryl,
we'll
you're
see
a
you
wonderful
on
person.
Monday. Have a great day.
Go.